Today guys, in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to tame one of the absolute best early game PvP dinosaurs in Ark, and that is the Desmodosus right here. Not only is he a great PvP dinosaur, but he's also a great taming dinosaur, and also great for healing everything that there is to heal, right? And let's get into all of that, right? So, very first thing is, how do you actually tame the Desmos? Okay, the Desmos are not your normal knockout tame. You have to, they're a passive tame. And you can only find them in caves on Fjordor, right? This is a very common cave I like to go to. I'll just kind of fly around here real quick, just to kind of give you like a little peripheral on the location. Okay, it's inside of a waterfall, which is very nice. There's a bunch of other caves on the map, so it's not only limited to this. I'll leave those on the screen now with those coordinates. And now let's get into actually how you're going to actually tame this guy. So, the very first thing that you are going to need, it doesn't really actually take a lot, right? Just maybe all you're going to need is some flak armor, okay? And you need about 50 blood packs. If you want to bring more, you're more than welcome. But if you're on an official servers, 50 blood packs will tame a 150, so that's really all you need, okay? But if you want to bring more just to tame the whole cave, you can do that, because normally they spawn in together. And also, depending on which cave you're going to, I'd highly recommend to bring some parachutes, so that way you don't die of ball damage. This cave, as you can see, isn't really too high. So what you're going to want to do is just let these guys pick you up like so, and that's it. You just have the blood bags in your last slot in inventory, and you kind of just sit here and go take a nap. They're going to bite you a little bit, but that's kind of what the flak's for. As you can see, I've literally tamed 2 of them. It's a little bit boosted, but it's nothing crazy. And I've literally just tamed, and they're all terrible, but I've literally just tamed 3 Desmos. And that's how you do it, right? So, congratulations, you've just tamed yourself a Desmo. Alright, so now you might be wondering, after you get your Desmo, what to level, and what are some good stats for your Desmo, okay? So, as far as good stats for your Desmo, the only 2 important stats that you're really going to want is going to be health and melee damage, okay? Average health is about 2,500. That's okay health. Good health is about 3,000, and great health you're looking at 3,500. For melee damage, okay melee damage you're looking at about 250. Good melee damage you're looking about 350, and then great melee damage you're looking at about 350. And then I'll just throw stamina on there as well. I know like decent stamina is about 1,500, but that's all I know about stamina. Okay. So considering the fact that this guy literally has 1,300 stamina is horrible. But which actually makes this guy really, really strong, because I got a lot of points into health and a lot of points into melee. This is probably one of the highest melee Desmos I've ever seen in my entire life. So, like, base, that is absolutely absurd. So this guy hits like a complete truck, right? Now, as far as you want to level, it's totally up to you. Okay, if it were me personally, I would recommend leveling up melee damage. The reason why is because I like to kill stuff on my Desmo. When I pick people up, I like to, attack them and, hit them in the claws. I like to, swoop down and attack stuff with my Desmo, because they do have a hard bite. But if you want to have more of like a sniper Desmo, or more of a tanky Desmo, so that way you can sit there and snipe bases, because you can pull out rifles and stuff on the back of it, then I'd recommend leveling up health. But if that's not what you want to do, definitely go to melee damage. So now let's talk about these guys' abilities, okay? These guys are actually super, super, super cool, right? They have a couple of very, very unique attacks, right? So, number 1 is they have their standard basic left click attack, okay? Notice how I have no blood bags in my inventory, okay? Every time you attack something, you're not gaining health, which you might think, but you are sucking the blood from these creatures and putting them into its own blood pack. So off those little things, I've already got 32 blood packs, and I literally haven't leveled this guy at all, right? So that is super, super cool. Also, he can dive. Oh my god, my game's a little bit buggy here, but he will do a dive animation. He is diving, but it's just like, it's Ark being bad. It'll bug out sometimes. So yeah, you'll get blood bags from every time you attack something, which is cool, which you can use to actually craft the sanguine elixir, right? The sanguine elixir is if you're taming something or you're raising something and you drink this right next to it, it'll give it immediately 30% taming effectiveness or 30% imprint. So that's really, really nice. Definitely, that is super, super cool. You can only use it once per dinosaur, or else that'd be broken. But as you can see, it's just 200 blood bags, so you can farm multiple of these in absolute no time. So these are an absolute must dinosaur for early game, especially if you're on like official or like small tribes or something that takes like a little bit while to tame, right? Okay, so now, right, let's get into this other ability, right? If you hold left click, he does this screech attack, right? and it just highlights everything that there is to highlight within line of sight. And as you can see, this goes really far. I think it'll hit that Pteranodon back there. Yep, see? And it's a constant ping, unlike the Parasaur, which is way better. Because the way the Parasaur, you kind of have to guess where they're at. You know where they're at all times, right? So that is super, super cool and very super powerful. So whenever you get into a PvP situation, I'd highly recommend to do your Screech attack. Next is you can pick stuff up on this guy, right? Which is super cool. Not only can you pick stuff up in this guy, but you can also attack in your claws just like an RG, right? Which pretty much makes the RG, with the release of this guy, it makes the battle RG pretty much obsolete. Now, like, there's no point because you can have a battle Desmo, right? So now this is where it starts to get interesting with this guy's abilities, right? Not only can this guy has radar, not only does he do a lot of damage, not only does he suck blood packs from other dinosaurs, not only can he give taming effectiveness and imprint effectiveness, he can also latch onto walls, which is broken, right? And not only can he sit there and attack while you're in your claws, and you can pull stuff out while you're on the back of him, but this guy also has another super cool ability, the fact that this guy can literally go invisible. And as you can see, this is the best cloak in the entire game, much better than a rock trick. I mean, if you are not like really paying attention, this is very easy to miss. Very, very easy to miss, right? However, you can only go invisible, right, on the side of walls. And you can't go invisible while flying, but you can during the nighttime. So hold on, let me make it nighttime real quick. Alright, so now it's the middle of the night, okay, right? And now that it's the middle of the night, if I hold right click, now I can completely go invisible. And bro, in the middle of the night, flying around invisible, yeah, nobody's gonna see you, bro. Nobody is going to see you whatsoever. I mean, it is so hard to see. Look, I can barely see it. Right, and if you're not paying attention, bro, you're actually just a straight ninja, and you can dive bomb and do everything out of that, right? You just completely fly. Also, another super cool thing to note about this does not take any stamina. No, it does not. If you're using your cloak in the middle of the night or on the side of a wall, it will not use stamina. It doesn't use stamina. So it's like, why would you not use this? Which is just really, really super powerful, okay? However, if you attack stuff, let me go find something to attack, like this guy right here, right? He becomes uninvisible, and you know, you lose your invisibility, but you could just quickly recloak again, right? Which effectively makes these guys really, 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 really strong. So I'm gonna switch it back to daytime, and now let's talk a little bit about how you would kind of use this guy in PvP, right? Besides the fact from the snipes, he's actually really weird because, yes, he's super, super strong. Yes, he hits like a truck. Yes, he can pick people up. I find this guy, the most use I find out of this guy is because he is really, like, he's not quick. This guy's not a quick flyer at all. And that's just really one downfall. And because he's not that quick, it makes him really difficult to contend with a lot of the other stuff in the game. So really the only way that I have found that you could use this is kind of defensively, right? And what I mean by that is have a place to where, like, let's say there's a turret tower on top of this hill right here. Is fight within a general facility to where you can be safe. Because you can't, like, escape anything, right? And if a wyvern comes around, you're pretty much fucked because they can just, like, breath attack you, or, you know, this guy just kind of gets outclassed by a wyvern or a mana or really anything. I mean, obviously, if you're a good rider, then you'll beat him. But it's very difficult to, you know, like, to fight on this guy against some of the bigger creatures in this game. And just considering the fact that he is so slow, even though he has a lot of really amazing abilities, like going completely invisible, latching to walls, hitting while picked. Like, if you pick somebody with this guy, insta kill. It's pretty much an insta kill. It's just landing the pick that is super hard. So it's like kind of like a high risk, high reward type of dinosaur if you're kind of into that stuff as well. Also, another thing to do is like having a flamethrower. Like, if you had a flamethrower, you could like pick somebody up, go to first person, attack them in your claws and flamethrower at the same time, which is just crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe because that means the absolute world to me. Currently I'm trying to reach 400 subscribers. I'm at like 330 something. So yeah, every sub that I get would mean a lot. Better than that, peace out and may God bless you all.